Welcome back, everyone, to another installment of this series. I just recently got a bunch of albums and CDs and DVDs and cassette tapes and VHS tapes. It was a friend of mine at the church I go to, and they were selling out all of the estate sale items that they were getting, but no one was getting these items. And he didn't want to throw them away, so he gave them to me. And me, being a hoarder that I am, I took them. Of course, I wanted them. But now I have all of these CDs, and I don't know if I want to listen to them. But here's the thing, I have been reading more books and mangas lately, mostly mangas than books. And I've been giving like 1 minute reviews on what I think of these mangas that I read. And I upload them as shorts and reels onto different platforms. And sometimes people like my opinion on what I'm reading. Other times people give me suggestions. And I I'm not really a picky person. And that's something that dawned on me. That if I wanted to do reviews on these CDs, these albums, they're vinyls, and if I wanted to review movies and all of these other things that will be just a minute long vlog that will be short and simple for reels and shorts, it dawned on me I don't really pick and choose too often. When I was growing up, I was a very picky person. I wouldn't eat my vegetables. I wouldn't eat, certain foods because of textures or tastes, like most kids. But my parents, they worked hard to put food on the plate, and I had to eat what they made. Same thing with movies. We go to Blockbuster. If you don't know what Blockbuster is, well, you probably do. You probably do. It was a building where you rented movies and video games, but if we wanted to watch a movie, it was whatever my parents wanted to see. If we wanted to go to the movie theaters, it was whatever my parents wanted to see. If I wanted to see something, I had to convince them that it was a good idea. If I wanted to eat food, I had to convince them it was a good idea. They chose for me. If I wanted to listen to music on the radio, if I wanted to rent a video game, usually my sister, my older sister, would choose which video games we played. I didn't have a lot of control of what I did in my life. Not when it came to TV, not when it came to what I could eat, not what I could watch. But in the end, it made me appreciate everything. Because I was forced to eat certain foods, I no longer care about what I eat. I'll eat anything. Anything. Doesn't bother me anymore. When it comes to music, I'll listen to anything. My mom listened to a lot of synthwave, right? A lot of 80s punk rock and goth and synthwave. My dad listened to a lot of rock and roll. My mom got me into a little bit of jazz. My grandfather was really the one that got me into jazz and blues, but he was more into the ballroom music. My sister was into like Smashing Pumpkins. She was more into I think she got me into Grateful Dead. I know she definitely got me into Smashing Pumpkins. But because of that, because I was kind of forced into living this life of you got to accept what comes your way, I don't really, I'm not picky. Last time I went to the movie theaters, I wanted to see the movie Sisu. And it's a sequel to that movie. And there was only one showing. I was like, that's weird. What do you mean there's only one showing of the movie? Oh, yeah, there's only one showing at 9 p.m. I have it on video of me recording this. Me going to the theaters at 9 p.m. So that's weird. What do you mean there's only one showing? As it turned out, there was some kind of animated movie that had came out. I don't know. But that compared to the new Wicked movie, what was it? Wicked for Good. It filled up practically the entire movie theater, and the Sisu was only one showing and one screening in the theater, and we had to be there at 9 p.m. The movie didn't get done until midnight. And that's normally a screening. That's you reserve that for like when the movie first comes out, not a few weeks after it came out. It just made me think about how I didn't have that kind of control growing up. I couldn't just go to my parents and just be like, I want to watch this movie now. We're going to watch it right now. And then them just being like, okay. But there's now a whole generation of kids who can do that now. They can do that. They can just decide what to watch in the theaters. Hey, fun fact, parents, you don't have to. my mom and dad are proof of that. I'm not trying to give advice to parents, by the way. I'm just saying, when I was growing up, I couldn't do that. I couldn't decide what we watched in the theaters. I can pout, I can shout, but I couldn't choose. I couldn't choose what we were going to eat. I couldn't choose what I was going to eat. I was going to eat what was given to me. I was going to watch what was in front of me. I was going to do what I was given. I couldn't. There was no negotiation. That wasn't something. What do you mean you reason with your kids? Oh, well, I like to sit little Tommy down and we talk it out. I tell him, well, maybe if you do your chores, we'll go out and see the Flintstones. No, man. There was no negotiating that. You had chores. You had homework. Bed by 9. You got to eat your vegetables. There was no reasoning with that. It was, you're doing it. That was the reasoning. You're doing it. You're doing it now. You're going to sit there until you finish. That was the reasoning. You're going to sit there until you finish. I'm sure a lot of millennials, Gen X, right? We all remember that little speech. You're going to sit there until you finish. Because if we didn't, we knew what was going to happen next. We all know what was going to happen next. We were going to get spanked. Like we know. There's no pretending. Now, parents are scared to spank their kids because that's seen as child abuse. But when I was growing up, that wasn't. That was discipline. And I'm not trying to like idolize spanking, right? I know there's a lot of people who are like, well, that's abuse. Okay. But I'm not trying to justify it. I'm not trying to criminalize it. I'm not. I'm just saying, growing up, I didn't have those choices. I had to. I had to do my homework. I had to do my chores. I had to eat what was given to me. I had to watch what was on the TV. There was no choices. And the reason why I bring all of this up is because it developed me into having terrible coping mechanisms, but it also gave me this ability to where I can listen to anything and not care. I can eat anything and not care. I could watch anything and not care. It doesn't matter to me. I have so many friends who are picky eaters, and I'm not one of them. I can literally eat anything. I have eaten anything. I've eaten scorpions. Okay? I've eaten frogs. I've eaten grasshoppers. I've eaten alligator. I've eaten pufferfish. I've eaten everything. It doesn't matter to me. I can go to another country and try their food. Food that other people would be like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's me. Hand me the plate. I'm hungry. It's time to dig in. And I think a little bit has to do with the fact that I was forced to do those things. Because I had to. Now I have the mentality of, I get to. If that was bad to live like that, I wouldn't know. Because to me, that was my normal. Do I blame my parents? No. Because that was normal. That was the norm. And I'm not trying to justify anything here. I'm just saying from a personal experience of what I went through, that seeing how a movie theater would take Sisu and put in one screening at 9 because a bunch of kids dictated that is wild to me. That's all. And the fact that I can eat anything and listen to anything and watch anything, I guess is wild because I never would have thought of that. I thought that was normal. I thought that being able to consume food that's just presented to you and just listen to any music that's on the radio or CD that's given to you, I thought that was normal. But I guess I'm the weird one because now I can to like not be picky. Now I can listen to anything. Literally anything. I've tried this before. I've listened to so many genres of music, from garage bands to something modern. It doesn't matter to me. I will listen to anything. Even movies. Even I will read books. I will eat food. I'm not picky. I'm the furthest from it. And I strongly believe it's because I couldn't control that part of my life growing up, that now, as an adult, I can literally consume both substance and media without any kind of boredom or distaste. I don't know. It's just kind of a thing that I lived through. And call what you will, but I'm kind of a little bit glad that I'm not picky. Because I've seen a lot of people who are picky. And I can see that's not an easy life. It's not. I see the hoops that they have to jump through, the ladders they have to climb over just to be comfortable with what they're eating, just to be comfortable to what they're listening to. And they miss out on a lot because they have to go through all of these different barriers just to live how they want to live. Versus me, who just walks through them like they didn't exist. I just walk through those walls like they're not there. And I just eat and listen and watch. Thank you for listening.